What are your thoughts on having a routine? I find it so boring when I get in a routine. It almost feels like things become lifeless. I'm noticing, however, most self-improvement gurus advocate for having a routine. I just can't get myself to do it. What are your thoughts on that, host?
My thoughts are routine isn't about doing the same thing every day. Routine is about building up who you want to be every day. So if you want to build a beautiful castle and it has to be built out of bricks, not having a routine is like saying, I'm not going to lay each brick. I just want the castle, but I don't want to lay the bricks.
Mhm.
So one of my mentors say, we build our habits and then our habits build us. So you have to put some energy into building your routine. And then your routine is going to build your life for you. And then when you seemingly do the same thing every day, you're actually spiraling upwards every day. You're getting smarter every day. You're getting faster every day, healthier, better every day. And that's what he talks about in the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People,
Yeah.
Stephen Covey. In the last chapter, sharpening the saw. It's just like the way you cut vegetables when you're making a salad. When the knife gets dull, you notice that it's not enjoyable. You can't cut, and you may even hurt yourself. That's what our mind gets dull if we don't sharpen it. Our psychology gets dull if we don't sharpen it. Our emotions get dull if we don't sharpen it. Our spirit gets dull if we don't sharpen it. So routine is like, I call it a psychological shower. Just like you shower your body every day. I never hear somebody, I mean, hopefully, I don't hear you saying, the person who asked the question, I don't like to shower every day because it feels lifeless. Well, you shower every day because you have to take care of your body. The same way, you have a routine every day to take care of your mental health, to take care of the things that are important in your life, and to make them automated so your brain uses less energy to make them happen. And then when you do something routinely, because your brain is using less energy, you get into deeper wavelengths in the brain, which means you're more creative, you're more resourceful, you're more in a state of flow, you feel more peace. So instead of thinking of a routine as like a circle that has no beginning and has no end, start to think, I encourage you and I invite you to think of routine as a spiral that you start on the inside and you spiral outwards and you get bigger and better and stronger and you keep spiraling outwards, even though you may look like you're doing the same thing, but something magical is happening. You're sharpening the saw. And the last thing is, it's the tortoise that beat the hare. You know, they set out for a race, and then the tortoise kept plugging away with its small steps, slow motion, and then the hare excelled. They just bolted out, and they were like, I'm winning. Let me take a rest. And then they fell asleep, and the tortoise kept plugging away, one step, one foot in front of the other, marching on, and then it won, even though it didn't have the capabilities that the hare has. But that is getting yourself to do the boring things that will yield magnificent results.
Yeah, I don't think anyone can live actually without a routine. Jordan Peterson says that you cannot be mentally healthy without a routine. It will stabilize your nervous system. So why don't you tell me about your routine?
So my routine is structured by my schedule. Okay. I write down
Mm,
what I do every hour, and I'm going to include a link for this. Actually, I include a link for this in every video, I think. I call it the time tracker, or actually, I call it the 6-day scheduling system because I have 6 days on one sheet. And the reason is because they fit perfectly and nicely on one sheet. And then every morning I wake up around 6 or 7 and I write down that I woke up in time. And then I have a morning routine that takes me about an hour. And what I do in that routine is I stretch, I work out, do some yoga, do some walking, get some sun. I shower, and then I do my prayers. I do my vision board, and sometimes I meditate. And then I'm ready for the day. I'm ready to work. And then I work, let's say for 8 hours. And obviously in the middle, I have lunch. And then in the evening, I just write down what I do every hour. And that keeps me conscious of my time, and it gives me peace of mind because I'm not carrying the weight of the world on my shoulder in every minute of the day. I'm carrying the weight of the next 60 minutes of the day only. So that's how much peace of mind it offers me. I don't think about the bills. I don't think about all the big things or the small things. I just focus about the hour. And that gives me a lot of energy in that hour. And then after the hour ends, it's restarted again. I'm recharged automatically again because I'm focusing on the next thing, on the next hour. So that is how I structure my day, and that is how I have a routine. It's the essential blocks is the time. We all have 24 hours. So I use that as the template. I'm not going to create anything new, and it works well for me. But all my mentors advise that you must have a schedule. You must have a structure. That doesn't mean you're going to imprison yourself in that structure. Without structure, you cannot have flexibility. People think that I don't want structure so I can be free. Actually, you have to schedule for creativity. You have to schedule for freedom. Like
Yeah.
Jocko is known for his motto, discipline equals freedom. You can't have freedom if you're not disciplined. That's the paradox of life. That is the dichotomy and the duality of life. If you're a human being in this realm, if you're no longer just a spirit out in the whatever, the spirit world, here you're experiencing duality. You cannot have hot without cold, and you cannot have high without low. So if you want freedom, you must have discipline. If you want flexibility, you must have structure. Otherwise, you have nothing. It's not freedom. It's nothing.
I agree.
What is your routine?
My routines are very simple. I have a morning routine, workout, work for 8 hours, night routine, screen cutoff time at try to 8:30. I'm not very strict with that, but at least I turn on the blue light filter after 8:30, and I do my night routine at 10:30, and then I go to bed at 11, and then repeat. And my weekly routine, I do depends on the season. Like during the summer, I like to spend some time like at least every Sunday outside in the sun as much as I can. And then I budget. I run all of my finances every week, and I do laundry every 2 weeks. And that's all I have on my head right now. I'm sure I have more. Like, and that can be broken down into like smaller routines. Like for example, when I fold my laundry, I always put the clothes that I still didn't use yet on the top. So the new folded laundry will go on the bottom, and so I can still use these ones instead of like keep using the ones that I wash. So yeah, that's like a small example. The routines broken down into smaller routines.
Well, since you went into that level of detail, this is how I prepare my food for the week as well. So for the first meal, I put out 7 plates, 7 bowls, okay, 7 glass bowls that have lids. I spread them out on the countertop, and then I put all the ingredients in all of them, and then I cover them up and put them in the fridge. And then every day I take them out, add whatever needs to be added, some egg, like, and have them cooked or baked. And that is one meal for 7 days. And the other meal, same thing. Take out 7 Tupperwares, and I cut carrots, bunch of carrots, whole lot of carrots, and then I divide them on 7 days, and then I cover them up and put them in the fridge, and just makes everything so much automatic. And at work, I would have the same thing every day, and people were like, "How do you do that?" Like, and I tell them my system. Like, you have it down to a T. But most people at work, they would have something different every day, and they would go out to buy lunch, and then they would complain, "Oh man, I wish I can do my own, but it takes me so much time, and then I come here and spend all this money." Well, it doesn't take me so much time, and it doesn't take me so much money. Actually, because I batch do it, it takes me very little time. And because I'm doing it at home, it's healthier. I know what's in it. and I can make it as delicious as I want it to be. So
That's
that's
amazing.
an example.
I really
Yeah.
want to do that too. I cook on Saturdays, but I usually finish the food that I cooked before the next Saturday. So I end up cooking for like another couple days. Like for example, I finished the food that I cooked on Saturday on Wednesday, and then I cook every meal until Saturday, the next Saturday, and then I cook again. But I always run out of food. I eat all of the food.
Yeah. Routine is definitely a good idea to streamline things in your life, make your life easier,
1000%.
more efficient. And it's because you deserve it. Don't think of it as you're putting yourself in a prison. Put it in a position that you're worthy of having a better, stronger life. So you're doing it because you're worthy of it.
In the past, I never had a routine, and my life was so chaotic. In retrospect, I could have benefited so much better. And now that I have a routine, I feel so much grounded and a lot more stable, and my mental health is so much better.
Legit,
So,
legit.
like for example, I do laundry every 2 weeks, and that is determined by the amount of underwear that I have. So I have about it's maybe like a dumb example, but it actually but it's true. I do my
Yeah.
laundry based on the underwear. I change my underwear every day. So why are you laughing? It's true.
I'm just imagining like a CEO that wants to learn about routine watching our video and then listening.